Press Start Podcast.
And welcome back to the Press Start Podcast. I'm your host, Vic, aka Mr. Never Chill, and this is episode number 149. And this week, I'm joined by my co host, Scott, aka Scopy1. What's up, my friend?
Hello, hello. How's everybody doing tonight?
We're good, man. It's just me and you this week. Roger got to take care of some daddy duties. But nonetheless, man, let's dive right into what we've been playing. We both don't have the longest list, but we do have a semi interesting list, at the say the least. And let's just talk about two of the games that we both been playing at the same time, and that's Pokemon TCG Pocket. You finally downloaded it and gave it a go, and basically have caught up to me too. Surprisingly. Um, but yeah, man, it's what's your overall thoughts on this experience?
Uh, aside from the first like hour, it got incredibly boring, incredibly fast. It just got so boring. I was learning everything, doing all that. I'm like, cool. Here's new cards, all that good stuff. But like, once you finally like catch up and get like, you can't open any more packs. There's no more quests to do. Like you need to get cards to get quests. You can't get cards. You can't open packs, or if you can't wonder pick. And then it's just like, well, what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna battle the computer and try to battle some other people. And like I happened to a match, and it's like I was like level 6 or 7 at the time. The dude was like level 12. I'm like, well, that's I'm pretty much washed there. And so now it's like in between packs, I'm just like trying to 100%
Hmm.
um, all of the solo battles. It's still fun. It's still really really fun. But like just like it's almost like there's nothing else to do at that point. So it's just like the whole joy of like the trading card games and the trading card game world is like opening the packs, having
Yeah,
like getting your cards and all that good stuff, which is it's totally there. But yeah, it's just after that you're like, well,
yeah.
I'll go do some battles with my half-ass decks that I can't really use because I don't have all the cards and all that good stuff. But other than that, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It feels like I'm logging into a to the Nintendo Wii lobby
Yeah, definitely
every
looks like
time.
it.
Yeah, just you
It
just
sounds
get
like
there.
it.
It's like dun, dun, dun. But all in all, it's still fun. It's everything you would expect for a trading card game on your phone.
Right, yeah, and I think it'll be much better once they start adding more content, like new sets. Obviously, trading is going to be coming into the game in the future. That's going to help completing sets. Because I don't know about you, but I have like six, seven, 800 cards, and a lot of them are duplicates,
Hmm.
triplicates, quadruplicates. It's like getting out of hand. Um,
You gotta get that flair, my guy. You gotta get that flair. That's
yeah.
what it's all about.
Um, but yeah, I mean, overall, it's just I feel like it's just missing something. Like I feel like the events that they're putting out aren't really like engaging enough. Like I just feel like they could definitely do a lot more. But yeah, we'll definitely wait and see on that one. But nonetheless, let's talk about the other Pokemon game that you've been playing. That's Pokemon Go. How's that been playing? I think they recently added a shiny Rayquaza event in that, or is that
They were
could be
they were
wrong.
doing some Rayquaza, but currently what's going on right now is the Go Wild um, event, which is like every hour is a different like kind of Pokemon. Like there's poison hours, there's electric hours, all that good stuff. But what also happens is you'll have fully evolved Pokemon or like special Pokemon that show up that I mean they're even the catch zones are even like red with an Ultra Ball and a Raspberry
No,
or
damn.
like a golden raspberry, which I have hundreds of. So I just throw them out like I don't give a shit. Um, and they're even right at that point. But if you do some of the like the daily quests for the Go Wild hours, the Wild hours and all that good stuff, you get Safari balls, which makes it's basically just kind of like its own little how they worked Safari Zone into Pokemon Go a
Yeah.
little bit. But yeah, so you get the Safari balls that makes them a little bit easier to catch. There's some pretty high CP and their IVs are pretty decent as well. I got two. I got a Pidgeot and I got the Solipede, which was after like the little Venipede and then the
Oh yeah.
Whirlipede or whatever. Like, um, but yeah, they were both pretty high CP, and the IVs were like for the Pidgeot was almost perfect. It was just missing a little bit of defense, and the other one was right up there as well. So all in all, it's been pretty cool. Between that, the Dynamax, the Gigantamax, and then they were doing um, Dialga
Hmm.
raids and all that good stuff and all that good stuff. Yeah, it's eventful. It's been a lot going on in there recently.
Yeah.
But it's fun. They don't have there. You're never short of anything to do uh, to be able to play that. And then yeah, it's still kicking and going.
Yeah, for sure. So man, I picked up another. I guess it's not necessarily a mobile game, but I'm playing it on the phone, and that's Balatro. It's obviously it's been nominated for Game of the Year, and I understand the addiction and how much fun this game can be. I'm not sure if you have played this at all yet, but yeah, it's basically like solitaire, but playing like poker hands, and you're trying to get like earn enough chips to move on to the next blind, and it's like there's different jokers that give different multipliers and different effects in the game. Then there's like different planet cards that give like it ups the multiplier for like two pair, one pair, full house, straight, flush, stuff like that. So it makes your score go up, and you just start to like stack these multipliers, and you're trying to score as much as you can. And I got to like one of the runs I had to score like 300,000 chips, and I was like just fucking short of it. And I was like, damn, and because it's
Two
like a
hundred
roguelike.
ninety nine thousand nine hundred ten.
Yeah, it's like it's a roguelike. So like once you run out of hands to play and you don't get the number of chips that you have to score to move on to the next one, that's it. That's the end of your
Yeah,
round, and you got to start over from scratch. And it's like that gameplay loop
that's
is
rough.
very fucking addicting.
That's rough. Yeah, look, it looks interesting. Yeah, I'm seeing a 10 out of 10 on Steam, 90 on Metacritic.
Yeah, it's definitely a great
Yeah,
game. And the thing is, like, I was looking at it on my phone. I was like, it's $30 on my phone. But then I scroll down and there's another one. It's like the same exact game, but it's part of Apple's Game Pass or whatever they have.
yeah.
And I was like, or the Apple Arcade. So I was like, oh, I have Apple Arcade. I can play this shit for free. Fuck that $30. And yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
it's
no, no,
it's been
no.
great. Because I used to play solitaire a shit ton on my phone just to kill
Hmm.
time, but now I have a much more advanced game to play, but kind of does the same kind of thing that solitaire was doing for me. But yeah, I'm definitely eager to see how it plays, and the fact that they have announced like the crossover events with like the Cyberpunk and Among Us and The Witcher 3, like they're bringing in these like specialty decks that are going to be coming into the game. I'm really eager to see how that plays out.
Nice.
All right, man. Let's talk about Black Ops 6. We both been playing it. Just real quick, I actually beat the campaign. Solid story. I played 4 Call of Duties this year. I was looking back at my list, and this is definitely the best one I played this year. 8 out of 10. Solid. But the thing is, I'm trying to give this grade across all three portions of the game: campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. Don't really attach Warzone to this. But yeah, multiplayer. I think it's been a lot of fun, especially once you play with friends. Playing solo lobbies, worst time I've ever had because it's not but fucking Navy SEALs in the lobby. Zombies is absolutely incredible. Like I love the story. The Easter egg has been fun. Just being able to grind out guns and zombies, and I have this like nice little strat I have. Like each time I play it is just as fun every single time. So yeah, overall, really solid game. Definitely recommend checking out the story because there's a lot. There's a couple levels that happens in the game that are some of the best video game levels that I have played in quite some time.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to give that a shot as far as the campaign. I haven't touched zombies either.
Mm.
I, just mainly because whenever like everybody's on and we're all in there, we're all in multiplayer. Um, and we're all just doing that, having a good old time. And then I stay away from solo because for some reason I don't know if it's a glitch with just my game. I know you're having some issues with it too, but when I solo queue, for some reason it loads me in as a bot um, for special operators, like simulation missions. I don't know what that's about. I get
Nice.
absolutely shredded. So I'm still trying to see what DLC that was so I can uninstall it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
other than that,
definitely
it's
not
been
fun.
great. Other than that, it's been great. I do love the infected. Um,
Oh, okay, yeah, I haven't
that
played
like
it yet
it,
on Black Ops 6.
that's that's super fun. Um, that's yeah, that's a good one. And there's a couple others. When I'm usually like by my solo, I'm just like, I'll do free for all, team deathmatch, and then like kill confirmed. Those
Yeah,
are really the big three. Um, but that's really just kind of been my experience so far. Other than that, it's a great game. It really is. It's fun. The omni movement's okay,
yeah,
but
good
people are
story.
omni movementing all over the map, and then I just hit him with a semtex and be like, dude, fucking like
Chill out.
omni move that. Like do something. Get out
Yeah,
of here.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah,
but
man,
all in all,
we're gonna have to get you on the zombies, man. And even if you want to do the
oh
Easter
yeah,
egg, we're gonna have to do that because the new map does drop on December 5th, so we're like a week here, week and a
got
half
to get
away
in
from
there.
that.
Oh
So
yeah,
definitely got to do that before we move on to that Easter egg. But man, I got some exciting news this week. Yesterday actually I picked up the PS5 Slim. Got a hell of a deal over at Target, $404. Also got picked up Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut for the PS5, also for a crazy deal for $25, I think it was. Everywhere else was selling that game for like $61, $62. So for me to find that cheap was insane. Sony basically marked their PS5 down by $75 at all retailers. Um, right now. But yeah, so it was pretty cool because we also saved some money using the Target Red Card or whatever. So you got an additional discount on top of that, and there was a
Get that extra
coupon for
5%, baby.
yeah the 5%, and there was like a coupon if you spend more than like $70 on technology, you get like a $10, $15 off as well. We were like just stacking shit,
It's a
making
stack.
it. Yeah, so all in all, I got a
All of those
PS5.
are all of those are stackable buffs. Actually,
I got the
that's just
PS
one thing Target doesn't tell you is you can stack them.
Right. So I got the PS5 Slim disc drive version with bought the disc game, which arrives here on Friday, all for like 450. It was an absolute
Nice.
steal. Like I
You can't
saved like
beat that.
$150, like if I would have just bought everything brand new at regular retail price.
Yeah,
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 so
100%. You can't beat that. At that point, you're losing money. You're losing
exactly.
money if you
But
don't buy that.
with that news coming, I don't have a game yet other than Astro's Playroom, which comes built into the game. It kind of introduces you to the PS5, the controller, how it works. It's a 3 to 4 hour experience. I'm probably about like an hour and a half into it, and it's a really fun game. Not gonna lie, and just like how I don't know, like how gimmicky the PS5 controller really is goes to show that no other game developer really wants to like utilize these features, which are really fucking dope. Like being able to blow into the controller to activate certain things, swiping up on the touchpad to like open doors or zip up a zipper on the back of your suit. What else was there? The triggers, like the adaptive triggers, like being able to like feel the tension of like pulling back on a bow or like trying to open a door that's like stuck. It's really dope, but most people are probably not even going to be able to experience because a lot of game developers are like, we're making this game on
We don't have
Xbox and
time.
PC. Like, why are we going to just one off on your console just because? Like,
Yeah, they're like, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that.
right. But yeah, so that's
You're
been
gonna be
fun.
so good at PlayStationing.
Yeah,
You're gonna be so good at PlayStationing.
yeah. But last but not least, real quick, I just want to talk about the other game I started playing. It's my current stream, and that's the Plucky Squire. This has been like an indie developed game, and it's kind of like a story being told within like a children's book almost. But then like you run into like the bad guy, and he kicks you out of the book. But now you have the ability to exit the book and go back in the book whenever you want. And it's pretty cool. Like goes from like 2D to 3D at any given moment, in like different puzzles and the music has been great. The voice acting has been really good too. It was like $29 on the store, so um, nothing too crazy. And so far, I'm enjoying it, man. It's going to think about it be a 9 to 10 hour experience, so it's one of those like middle of the road enjoyable games.
Nice, and that'll help you. You have how many left before the end of the year?
5 games.
There you go. Hopefully,
So
hopefully next week it'll be 4.
yeah, hopefully. All right, man. Any other games you wanted to talk about before we move on to the industry news?
Not really. I mean, just my normal rotation at that point. Some PUBG and
Yeah.
all that. Crying in the shower. That's always a fun one. That's not true. I haven't done that in like a couple hours.
I thought
No,
about crying
I'm
in the
kidding.
shower today after the
Yeah,
Commanders threw
yeah,
that game
yeah. I
away.
haven't. The last time I cried in the shower was Thursday night. When the Steelers got handled by the Browns. It's
In
those
the
division games.
in the snow globe game is what they're
In
called.
the
Yeah.
snow globe. Yep, the snow globe. As this is supposed to be a happy episode. No, that's it for me.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and move on to the industry news. All right, man. So Roger's not here to cover the PlayStation related news, so I'm here being the new PlayStation fanboy. Sony is officially in talks with Kadokawa, probably butchering that all the way.
Kata- Katakawa.
Kadokawa. They're
Yes.
the parent company of FromSoftware, and they're in talks with them to acquire them. So whether that happens or not is to be seen, but that would be a huge splash. But PlayStation does have ties with them, obviously with Demon Souls. Demon Souls is a PlayStation exclusive IP, but it is done by FromSoftware.
Well, and it's not just it's not just the From Software portion of this. Kodakawa is huge
Yeah,
in anime production.
which makes sense because they bought
massive,
Crunchyroll.
massive in anime production. And what this would do is this would actually, if it ever went through, this would actually give Sony a very big hand in the production of anime. Like so, I think I thought I was looking here earlier. I thought I saw a percentage of what Kodakawa was really like responsible for, as far as like just the larger anime world. And I wanted to say it looks like it was like almost like 40% at this point. But I think that number's only sticking out to me because they wanted to do like 40 new titles by 2023 back when they had said that in 2021. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be huge if that happens. Once again, it's still just like talks. They're not really 100% certain what might happen with that. Um, but if anything, we've seen from Sony, their ability to fuck things up is
Yeah.
outstanding. So I really hope they fuck up this deal before they get actually actually get their hands on Kodakawa. So there's like franchises. There's like Sword Art Online, Mushoku Tensei, and like hundreds and hundreds of others.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then again, even if it has to go through, it's gonna go under a bunch of like Japanese regulatory mechanisms and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So there's a lot to go on after an acquisition like this, if
Right.
the acquisition even happens in the first place.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised like if it got to the point where they were going through regulatory, like, hey, you're gonna have to sell off like parts of the company if you want to acquire it. Kind of. I'm not sure if you. I mean, obviously you probably saw, but like Google's being forced to basically sell off Chrome, which is crazy.
Mhm.
So like I'm pretty sure like they could probably do that with here. Like, hey, you can buy them for the anime stuff, but you got to sell off the game portion. Or if you're buying it for the game portion, you're gonna have to sell off the anime portion because then it puts you in a huge monopoly, owning Crunchyroll,
Yeah. Well,
Sony
so
Pictures, and then this.
yeah, and they were talking about how it wouldn't be considered like an oligopoly formation, but there would be governmental auditing, like you're saying here. And it is important to note that Sony does have Sony Aniplex,
Hmm.
which is the kind of their one of the biggest anime producers out right now.
Right.
They have like A1 Pictures. They have a bunch. So it really just it depends on how they would try to sort that out. Like maybe Kodakawa would go under Sony Aniplex, like so under Sony Aniplex.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, anybody who's watched Full Metal Alchemist has always seen that Aniplex a while back, but now it's a Sony Aniplex. Um, so we'll see. I don't
Yeah.
know.
All right.
It's cautiously optimistic, as
Yeah.
always.
Yeah. We'll definitely continue to monitor this for sure. I'm sure it'll be in the news over the
Yeah.
next few weeks for sure. But yeah, man, that's all the industry news we got for you this week. Is kind of quiet. Last week was kind of busy for industry news, but not so much this week. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and move on to the gaming news. All right, man. Kicking it off here with Xbox related news. Not too much, but some big ones here. First off, is that you'll now be able to stream your games that you own via the cloud, but this is in beta. There's only 50 games that are available as of right now. I will drop the link into the chat if anybody's listening now and wants to check out those 50 games. But I mean, some of them to highlight here, like Animal Well, which is fresh on, Balatro, Baldur's Gate 3, the Call of Duties, Cyberpunk 2077, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake, Dredge. So yeah, I mean, there's tons of other ones. So it's pretty dope. I tried to give it a go with Cyberpunk. It like loads up. It looks exactly how I expected with a cloud game. So I mean, it's still in its infant stage when it comes to cloud
Yeah.
gaming.
I don't know what their plans are for any of the Call of Duty titles to come out of there because that's just
I'm pretty sure it'll be
between.
miserable.
Yeah. So love that.
Some sad news here for Xbox is that the Xbox Avatars program will cease to exist as of January 9th, 2025 due to low engagement. But this is sad news, man. Like, I remember being on the 360 and you used to see everybody's avatars all the time. They were so
Sad.
important. Different games used to use them. Some of the achievements that you used to get used to give you exclusive avatar gear. Different events that used to happen as well. So like there was a lot of ways to incorporate the avatar. Where like now I never see my avatar. I don't even know what it looks like. They don't include it in any way, shape, or form. So of course you're gonna have low engagement because you didn't create nothing for it anymore.
Yeah.
You didn't
It's
evolve the
nothing there.
program.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sad,
That's
sad to
sad.
see. Yeah.
That's sad. I might hop on. I might pull the Xbox out of the basement and turn it on one last time and hop on and take a snapshot of my avatar and just like get like a selfie with him and be like, "R.I.P.
That's
to a
my
real
boy.
one." That's my boy, dude. R.I.P. to a real one right there.
All right, man. So, and then moving on here with Xbox services, Game Pass editions, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for cloud, PC, and series came out on the 19th for Game Pass Ultimate, PC Game Pass as well. Stalker 2 came to cloud, PC, and the Series X and S on the 20th for Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. And then also on the 20th, they got Little Kitty Big City for console, Played Up for console, and those two both came to Game Pass Standard, so they were already on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. But two big ones here, man. Nine Souls, which is probably could be running in the run for Indie Game of the Year. Cloud, PC, and Series comes out on the 26th for Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. And then Aliens Dark Descent, Cloud, Console, and PC on the 27th for Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Dark Descent always looked cool when they first announced it. I know it didn't really do the greatest, but it also wasn't a bad game. It looks like it's going to be like a top-down twin stick shooter kind of game, and I've always wanted to give it a go, and now I can. Don't got to spend the money for it either. So I
Right,
love the
true.
Alien franchise. Like one of my all-time favorite movies is Prometheus, and so I just love that universe. We
That's a
are
good
losing
universe.
we are losing games though on the 30th. Conan Exile, Coral Island, Hello Neighbor 2, Remnant from the Ashes, Roller Drome, Soccer Story, Spirit of the North, and The Walking Dead final season. I'm sad to see Remnant leave and also Spirit of the North. Definitely check both of those out if you have not. Obviously, The Walking Dead final season was also another great one from the Telltale series. But that is all the Xbox news I have for you guys this week. Scott, what's going on over in the PlayStation realm?
Speaking of PlayStation fucking things up, right? I wonder if they do actually buy Kodakawa, if they're gonna give you anime and then anime enhanced, and then anime enhanced is actually gonna look worse. Because what's going on here is a lot of players are actually complaining that the pro enhanced games are looking worse on the PlayStation 5. Um, so for some reason, unknown to most people. Games like Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Jedi Survivor are having noticeable issues on the PlayStation 5 Pro. They're reporting that like multiple games are actually looking worse due to several visual issues. And I'm not sure if we have anything to pull up here, but
Mhm.
people are like, you can actually see um, snapshot like screenshots of Star Wars Jedi Survivor where it's like here's normal and here's your enhanced, and the enhanced just looks dog. Looks awful. People are posting clips for Silent Hill, user US dot in Reddit, uh, basically saying this is false advertising. This is absolutely worse than standard PS5. Um, Turns out like games like another one a gamer got gamer G D G.1. Sorry, can't read that. Uh, Put on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter, that it turns out that some games like Star Wars Jedi Survivor aren't showing the best side on PS5 Pro. Seems like new tech doesn't always mean better visuals for every game. Anyone else experiencing this? And that's where you saw uh, the PS5 performance mode first versus the PS5 Pro performance mode, and they're just looking awful. People are saying they're having that in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on a much smaller scale, but it's still there and it's blatantly there. So they're trying to figure out what is going on.
Yeah.
At the
Looks like there's
time,
a
they've yet
common
to.
culprit. Is apparently it's the PSSR. Um,
Yes,
so the
yes,
PlayStation's like scaling up res system.
yep,
It's not really working out.
yes. But PlayStation has yet to really address what's going on for the most part. They're a little quiet for the most part from what I've seen,
Yeah.
and from what I'm seeing here. But hopefully we can expect them to fire back and send and give these players something or fix whatever's going on. The upscaling is having some issues, and it's like, hey, this is not how this was supposed to go. We're sorry. We're
Yeah.
Sony. What did you expect? Here's money, or here is
Yeah.
an update to your system. Here's an upgrade to your system that will fix this.
Yeah. It's just they really marketed this PS5 Pro to be this super powerful machine, but yet it's basically just under the Xbox Series X in terms of power. Like the
Yeah.
CPU didn't get increased at all, and the GPU that's in there now is literally 0.05 gigahertz better than the Xbox Series X. But with the PSSR compared to what AMD does with the Xbox RDNA 2 architecture,
Mhm.
it's nowhere near.
Can't touch it.
Yeah.
It can't touch it. The only thing that actually got upgraded was the price. Because for $700, this is some dog shit.
You get a 2 terabyte hard
If you
drive
have,
for that.
you
That's
get a
why.
2 terabyte hard drive. Thank God. Probably the cheapest component.
Right.
by by far. Maybe the case. Maybe the casing for it. But as Sony often does, they screw up. There's also a few times where they do some pretty cool shit.
Mhm.
Like for example, the PS Portal. So if you have a PlayStation Plus premium membership, you're actually going to be able to start to test out cloud streaming on your device, which means you actually won't need the PlayStation 5 anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, super cool to see that. They do have some minimum requirements there. Obviously, PlayStation Portal Remote Player. You have to have the PlayStation account, active PlayStation Premium Plus membership, and then they do set some standards there on their site about what you want to stream at. Um, so to establish a cloud streaming session, you need at least 5 megabits per second of upload and download speeds.
Which I'm sure you need way more than that.
Uh, stream to stream at 720, 7 megabits per second. To stream at 1080 requires 13. So at least they're setting some expectations. So when it doesn't work, they're like, well,
Yeah. We know what you
this is just we're just beta testing it. It is a beta, so they can at least say it is just beta testing.
Right.
But
I'm
that would be
glad both
cool.
companies have done that. Like obviously Xbox, you can cloud stream your game, so it's in beta. PlayStation, you can stream it on the portal. It's beta, just to
It's
cover their
beta.
ass.
It's beta. Everything's in beta at this point. But then again, it is to cover your ass, but it's also to make sure, hey, there might be legitimate reasons why this doesn't work. It might be something they need to see. Maybe they have to work on their infrastructure. Maybe they have to work on their storage and how they can actually produce read and write mechanics from cloud to um, cloud to the device. What
Right.
containers are they using? Things like
And
that.
I'm sure it
Um,
also comes down to like how many servers are available because I remember they
yeah.
tapped into Microsoft Azure for cloud compute basically. And
Mhm.
you already know the Xbox is using a vast majority of that on top of PC trying to use on top of that. And then we obviously know that Microsoft struck that deal to turn on TMI again to increase the power output to supply
Mhm.
for all of these servers and whatnot. So it's like they're working on it. Everyone's collectively working on
Yeah.
trying to make cloud better, AI better. Make the world a better
Yeah.
place.
And if PlayStation needs any power, they can come over here to Middletown and get it.
All right, man. So that's all the PlayStation news we got this week. But Ubisoft is back in the realm again, and hopefully with some positive stuff here. Honestly, first off with Rainbow Six Siege, can't believe we're still talking about this game 9 years later. But it is finally getting full crossplay support on December 3rd during its next operation. So you have PC, Xbox, PlayStation, you can all play together now. Because I think it was just like console and console can play together, and then like PC you can only play like Steam versus Epic versus whatever. So definitely dope to see. I know a bunch of people that still play Siege. I know a lot of people over at Shoot to Win still play it. So that's awesome there. Big one here though is Star Wars Outlaws is getting the update that should have just been there on launch, but with this new one is removing the stealth objective that led to fail. So if you got caught, you'd have to start over at a checkpoint. Not anymore. You can go guns blazing then, but good luck doing that. Some of the other stuff is like when you pick up like that two-handed weapon. If you went to like climb a ladder or open a door, you would automatically drop it. You could never holster the gun, but now you can. Thank fucking God. Improved AI and much more. So now might be the time to actually fucking play Star Wars Outlaws
I
and
can hear the
actually
weight.
enjoy it.
I can hear the weight being lifted off your chest.
Yeah,
I
finally,
can just, I
someone
can
can
hear
enjoy
it.
the game
You're
better
just like,
than I
thank
did.
fucking God, now I can finally play the game.
Yeah, but I probably won't go back to it, even with the new Wildcard DLC that is now available. That introduces like Lando Calrissian. Obviously you're playing like through a featuring a high stakes game of Kessel Sabak. Of course, you're aboard the casino cruiser Morania, and it says it's slightly larger with a slightly different set of rules compared to the other tables across the galaxy that you play. Um, and obviously the Empire is in the underworld trying to play with you as well. So if anybody's interested in that, definitely go check it out. All right, Scott, let's talk a little bit about Square Enix. They're always in the news.
Yeah, so Square Enix is going to be looking over Lightspeed Studios as they work on Final Fantasy 14 Mobile, which was just recently announced. This is going to be an official mobile title based on Final Fantasy 14. It's scheduled for testing in several regions ahead of its initial launch in mainland China. Adjustments then they'll be going through based on feedback before it actually does a planned release to global audiences. But yeah, get ready for that. Final Fantasy on your phone. Let's
Yeah,
do
why
it.
not? I mean,
Why not?
they just recently brought it to the Xbox platform.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been on PC and PlayStation for a while. I mean,
Yeah.
why not bring it to mobile? We know it's the biggest market in gaming, so this is just printing money for
Yeah.
for Square Enix and Tencent here.
Yeah, this was like it seems super on brand. It seems super just the next logical step. Like, how do we get more money out of this? You put it on more devices. There are none. Wrong. There's cell phones. Put them on that. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Why the
Yeah,
fuck not?" Dope. Done. It's already on there. Too easy. But yeah, looking forward to that. That'll be pretty cool. That'll be for sure proper pooper if you don't got anything else going on that day,
I'm too
and if you
busy
don't
playing
plan on
Balatro.
He's too busy playing Balatro. But if you don't plan on feeling your legs when you're done, hop on Final Fantasy 14. Love that. Moving on after that, some news out of Fortnite. If you're ready for this one, Fortnite is actually going to be planning to increase its Battle Pass price from 950 V bucks to 1,000 V bucks. That'll be starting just here in December 1st, actually.
Like, why? This company already just money guns and prints money like left and right, but they have to get greedy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. It really just depends. It'll be happening when the Chapter 6 Season 1 releases. It's gonna go up. It's 50 V bucks. I mean, that's fine. The real price of V bucks is staying the same, so I don't think that'll be too much of a hindrance. Can you even buy it in 950
I don't know.
increments?
It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So yeah, we'll see there. But
Yeah, we'll see if it has any real negative effect. It probably won't. They're going to
I don't
announce,
think
"Hey,
I
we
don't think
made
it's
more money this year." Oh, really? I
yeah.
hope
I
you
don't
did.
think it's gonna. Yeah, I think it's gonna be that's pennies in a bucket.
Yeah,
At that point. I don't think it's going to be too crazy, and it's just, I mean,
I just don't
just
want to
spend a
see this like
thousand.
as a snowball effect. They're like, "Oh, they were okay with raising it by 50. How about we raise it by 100 this time?"
Well, anybody here who likes economics, micro or macro economics, usually micro here, we can just keep an eye on this as a very very good case study in price elasticity. How much somebody is willing to pay to keep getting this same product that they're getting. Um, how much are they willing to go over what they would have normally been doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, I it seems inconsequential to me, mainly because I don't play Fortnite.
Mhm.
But even if I did, 50 more V Bucks doesn't piss me off. I already pay 1,100 COD points every
Every season
every goddamn season for nothing. So it's either that or 30 bucks,
for the
and
black
I don't
sub.
want to. Yeah, and I don't want to do either. So 50 V bucks is
It's
that's no
manageable.
skin off my back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, man. We are going to round out the gaming news this week with FIFA. Obviously, we know FIFA had a breakup with EA, and we were wondering where the next game is going. This isn't the next simulation main game, but this is a new like arcade style game, and it's called FIFA Rivals. So this is a very interesting one. I'm trying to get some. It's being developed by Mythical Games. It's a new mobile soccer game. It's coming iOS and Android, and it'll have an arcade experience similar to the popular NFL Rivals mobile game that's already there. It'll be free to play and feature in-game transactions backed by the Mythical Mythos blockchain. So very interesting there. But we do know that FIFA already t- is tied with Take Two and 2K, so we're getting 2K FIFA. I think we'll probably get the next game probably in 2025 or 2026. Um, but nonetheless, it's awesome to see that FIFA is returning in some way, shape, or form. Were you a big FIFA fan when EA had it at all?
No. Nope. Not even. I'm not even a little bit. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you, be like, well, I played it a while back. Never. I've
No,
never touched that game. It's never interested me. Not even a
that's
little
fair.
bit. Glad to see it's not dead. I
Yeah,
didn't think EA was the only thing, the thing keeping it alive. Um, but
yeah. Obviously, we know
doesn't mean much
FIFA
to me.
is huge in the world.
Yeah,
I remember playing it probably like 14 to 16. I used to buy it every year. I know a couple friends that still buy it and play it from time to time. I mean, it's an overall just a typical EA game. There, you got the Ultimate Team in there. You got the Creative Player in there. So I mean, basically all sports games are the same. MLB The Show, 2K, Madden, college football. Yeah, all of them are made exactly the same. Same game modes, same thing. Creative Player, Ultimate Team. That's all you got to play, or franchise if you're big into franchise stuff.
Yep, that's it.
But I'm
I
glad to
go.
see that we're getting an arcade game like NBA Street, NFL Street. Those games were fantastic back in the day.
Now, if you bring back NFL Blitz,
Yeah,
I'll play it.
down for it.
I'll play that. I'll play that shit. Maybe FIFA Blitz. You just drug kick somebody. Who knows? Who knows? Really, the
Exactly.
sky's the limit. The sky's the limit.
All right, man. Any last closing remarks before we end this week's episode? It's a very short one.
Yeah. So I kind of want to apologize to Fortnite there a little bit because I wasn't bashing. We weren't. It sounded a little bit like we were just kind of bashing, like, oh, they're just being greedy, blah 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 blah. But they did announce that there's actually gonna be a lot more bang for that 50 V-bucks, as it were. So starting December 1st, the subscription would now include the music, Lego, and OG passes, in addition to the regular battle pass, and on top of that, players with subscribers will now earn rewards from all of these passes simultaneously, no matter which game mode they're playing. So that means leveling up in any mode will unlock rewards from each of those passes.
I didn't even know they had more than one.
Yes. So let's go ahead and let's reel it back a little bit. If we can rewind it, 50 bucks, blah blah blah. Hey, Fortnite did a really good thing. They're charging you $50, 50 V-bucks more, but here's all the things you're getting. You're getting all that cool shit. That's my only remark there. A little bit of cover your own ass, if you will.
Yeah, that's great, man. Appreciate the insight on that. That's big time. Makes us look a little bit more professional, not little shitheads talking bad about Fortnite.
We're still little shitheads, but
all right,
shitheads with morals.
So just a quick update for the next couple of shows. So next week, on December 1st, we should be revealing what our Game Award nominations are for the different categories. And then on December 8th, we will be revealing the winners of said categories. And then on the 12th, I'm just still debating if we're going to live stream the show like we normally do and cover it, the official Game Awards, when they reveal all of those winners, and obviously talk about all the controversy that is at hand as of right now. But we do want to think...
You mean like Elden Ring getting
very much so. Very much so. It pisses me to fuck off. All right, man.
I believe it should probably be Wukong, but
I think it's gonna be Metaphor. Just my opinion, at least from that list. Yeah, Metaphor has been taken over by a lot of people like favorite game of the year.
Yeah, but it can't touch Elden Ring's DLC.
Yeah.
So
hopefully we can all come to an agreement that, all right, we nominated it, but we're not giving Elden Ring its second game of the year.
It couldn't hold a shadow to that Erd tree. You know what I mean?
All right, man. So we do want to thank everyone who did come through and check us out live today here on Twitch, and anyone who does check us out later on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. But Scott, where can the community find you at?
You can find me here on any given Sunday. If you can't find me here, then you can always find me in my Discord, Scobie1.
And everyone, you can check me out at Twitter at Mr. _, Threads is Mr. Never Chillin', and Blue Sky is also Mr. Never Chillin'. Xbox is X Never Space Chillin'. Facebook is Vic Brubacher for any questions, concerns, or if you want to come on the show, slide in the DMs there. And I do stream over my Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Never Chillin', where I'm currently streaming The Plucky Squire. But without further ado, we want to thank everyone again. Until next time, peace.
Press Start Podcast.